Hello, welcome to my video blog. My name is Anastasia Riley and I'm a real estate agent here in the DFW, Texas area. If you or someone you know thinking about buying or selling, please call me 972-984-0511. So today I have a special guest joining me, Taylor Willingham. He's an attorney. Actually, I'm gonna let Taylor introduce himself and we'll dive in.
I'm Taylor Willingham with the Willingham Law Firm, and I'm an estate planning attorney. Basically, what I do is I help people prepare for when they're going to pass away and getting everything together. And I also deal with people who have lost a loved one, and how do we transfer property. So Anastasia felt like it was going to be really important to share this information with her clients and other agents because it comes up all the time with real estate.
Absolutely, and for one, I come from a different country where we really don't have wills or trusts. So it was a huge surprise for me personally to actually find out that it's not, you can decide how you would like to divide your property, how would you like to pass your property on to your family. So I hope that Taylor is going to walk us through the process and give us all the options that you as a homeowner have available here in the state of Texas.
Yeah, so like starting off with that, first is the United States is like every other country. We have the default rules, which the default rules are the ones that are created by the state of Texas. The state of Texas, every state that is in the United States has its own rules. And so in the state of Texas, we have our default rules. We call those the intestacy succession laws. Those are the laws that tell us, well, if no one creates a will and no one does anything, well, how do we leave the property? Well, what do we do? And then in Texas, we have other documents that can leave your property. For example, the most common one that everybody knows about is the will. Okay, the will is exactly what it says. It's your will. What do you want to happen upon your passing? The second most common document that distributes people's property is going to be a trust.
So what is the difference between will and a trust, and why one may be better than another?
So a will, the easiest way to think about it is a will just tells us, it's like a death deed. So when someone dies, where does the property go? Who should I be giving the property to? A trust is like a guide to your property. So you're like actually writing out exactly how you want your property left, what you want to happen in certain situations. So a trust is a lot more complex. Okay, it's not just simple. I want this person to get 25%. I want this person to get 30%. You actually have to go into a trust and like write out specific scenarios. For example, what if your kid becomes disabled? What do you want to happen in that situation? So the easy way to think about it is a will is like a death deed, which is where does my property go? It goes here, and who's in charge? A trust, on the other hand, is like, okay, well, what if this situation happens? What if this situation? It's a more kind of complex way of planning. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the easiest way for me to give the distinction between the two different types of way to distribute your property.
Okay, so what is your recommendation? I'm assuming if I don't have a will or estate set up, my next step is to set up a time with you, right? How do you record a will or estate? How does that process work?
So basically what I would tell somebody is you should sit down with a professional and talk to them about doing your estate and how it should be structured. Now, that is an estate planning attorney. That's what an estate planning attorney does. They help you plan out exactly what you should do with your property upon your passing. Now, on the other hand, a lot of people want to go online and do this themselves. You can do that in certain situations if you don't have very many assets. I never recommend it because every single time that I have an issue after someone's passed away, it's when they did their own estate planning and didn't hire a professional. It's like, people can sell their own homes, but they usually get less or they try to overbid and they cause all these problems, and it's usually not a very good scenario for people to try to handle complex situations like this on their own.
Okay, and Taylor, you can help our listeners, right, our audience with will creating or trust creating or just overall estate planning needs and questions.
Yes, I've created over 10,000 estate plans. So I know what I'm doing in the situation, and I've done it for the last 10 years of my life, so I'm pretty good at it right now.
Okay. So what is the best way for people to get a hold of you?
So the easiest way is to call my office. Our phone number is 214-250-4407. Or you can go online. Our web page is easy. It's willprobateattorneys with an S at the end .com.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Taylor.
Hey, thank you.